Welcome back to my channel and Everyday Life of an Aspie. If you're new to my channel, I welcome you all with open arms. My name is AspieAnswersAll, or as I'm clinically known now as Aspie for short. I'm all about mental health disorders series by sharing about two of the mental health conditions, which is sharing my life story and journey with you all of my conditions of especially syndrome, OCD, and the like, and hopefully that you guys can gain a better understanding of me as a person underneath these diagnoses, regardless of what it may be. Also, I'm hoping to be a mental advocate for everyone around that may be facing difficult times, regardless of what it may be, and hopefully give tips and advice and some form of support method for you all will be of value and use to you. So not further ado, guys, basically if you're following me and you're new to my channel, I'm just basically trying to continue on my journey right now of the learning disability series of the ones that I have promised, and at the moment I'm doing about ADHD, and I'm actually at the point now to basically the signs and symptoms in the adults of ADHD, and that basically this, as I said, is going to be part 4, episode 1 about it. Like I said before, just bear in mind while they're in different, labels or parts there that it will be broken down to as adults, for adults and children. So bear in mind with this, and yeah, just hopefully you'll enjoy and learn something from me, or just from what I've researched based on my life experiences as well. So enjoy. Alright, the signs and symptoms of adults ADD and ADHD. At the moment, like I said before, ADD and ADHD is almost similar, but then again, it also looks different on the forefront for children, like when it does in children than it is with the symptoms for each individual. The following categories that I'm highlighting right now are the most common symptoms of adults ADD, ADHD. Okay, what I specify is if any of these symptoms sound similar to what I'm sharing, do seek medical advice, as well as maybe medical help so that you can get the best treatment. Do your best to identify the areas to where you experience difficulty. Once you pinpoint these, your most problematic ones, you can work on strategies to dealing with those ones that are problematic to you. So number 1 is the trouble concentrating and staying focusing. Adults with ADD, ADHD often have difficulties like staying focused and attending to daily mundane tasks. For example, you may be easily distracted by irrelevant sights and sounds, quickly bounce off from one activity to another, or become bored so easily. Symptoms in this category are sometimes overlooked because they are less outwardly disruptive, however, than the ADD, ADHD symptoms of hyperactivity and impulsivity. But they can be every bit as troublesome though. The symptoms of inattention and concentrating difficulties may include the following. Number 1, zoning out without realizing it, even if in the middle of a conversation. Number 2, extreme distractibility, wandering attention makes it hard to stay on track. Number 3, difficulty paying attention or focusing, such as when reading or listening to others. Number 4 is struggling to complete tasks, even ones that seem really simple. Number 5 is tendency to overlook details, leading to errors or incomplete work. Number 6 is poor listening skills, hard time remembering conversations and following directions. Okay, number 2 of this is hyperfocus. While you're probably aware that people with ADD, ADHD have trouble focusing on tasks that aren't interesting to them, you may not know that there's another side to this, a tendency to become absorbed in tasks that are stimulating and rewarding. This paradoxical symptom is called hyperfocus. Hyperfocus is actually a coping mechanism for distractions, a way of tuning out of any of the chaos and noise or anything that they need to fully absorb in. It can be so strong that you can become so oblivious to everything going on around you. For example, you may be engrossed in a book, TV show, or you're completely lose track of time and neglect the things you're supposed to be doing. Hyperfocus can be an mindset when channeled into productive activities, but it can also lead to work and relationship problems if left unchecked, however. In this one is the disorganisation. When you have adult ADD, ADHD, life often seems chaotic as we know it and out of control. Staying organised and on top of things can be extremely challenging for some, as it is sorting out to what information is relevant for the task at hand, prioritizing some things you need to do, keeping track of tasks and responsibilities, and managing your time. The common symptoms of disorganisation and forgetfulness may include the following. Number 1, poor organisation skills, be it in the home, office, desk or car, is extremely messy and too cluttered for you. Number 2, tendency to procrastinate. Number 3, trouble starting and finishing projects that you have to be doing before it's due date. Number 4, chronic lateness. Number 5, frequently forgetting appointments, commitments and deadlines. Number 6, constantly losing or misplacing things, keys, wallet, phone, documents, bills, and the list goes on. And number 7, underestimating the time that it will take you to complete the task that was given to you in the first place. Impulsivity. If you suffer from the symptoms in this category, you may have trouble showing your behaviours, comments and responses. You might act before thinking or react without considering the consequences that are to follow. You may find yourself interrupting others, blurting out comments and rushing through tasks without reading the instructions. If you have impulse problems, being impatient is extremely difficult. For better or worse, you may go headlong into these situations and find yourself in particular circumstances. For this, the signs are as follows. Number 1, you're frequently interrupting others who talk over them. Number 2, you have poor self-control. Number 3, you blurt out thoughts that are really inappropriate without thinking. Number 5 is you have addictive tendencies. 6, you act recklessly or spontaneously without regard for consequences. Number 7, have trouble behaving in socially appropriate ways, such as sitting still for a long period of time. Emotional difficulties. Okay, many adults basically with ADD, ADHD may have a hard time managing their feelings, and especially when it comes to emotions like anger or frustration. Common emotional symptoms of adult ADD or ADHD, however, may include the following. Number 1, sense of indigestion. Number 2, doesn't deal with frustration very well. Number 3, easily flustered and stressed out. Number 4, irritability or mood swings. Number 5, trouble staying motivated. Number 6, hypersensitivity to criticism. Number 7, is short, often explosive temper. Number 8, low self-esteem and sense of insecurity. Hyperactivity or restlessness. Hyperactivity in adults with ADHD or ADD can look the same as it does when kids, however. You may be highly energetic and perpetually on the go, driven by a diesel motor. For many people with ADD, ADHD, the symptoms of hyperactivity become more subtle and internal as they grow older. Common symptoms of hyperactivity are as follows in adults. Number 1, feelings of restlessness. Number 2, agitation. Number 3, tendency to take risks. Number 4, getting bored easily. Number 5, racing thoughts. Number 6, trouble sitting still. Number 7, constant fidgeting. Number 8, craving for excitement. Number 9, talking excessively. Number 10, doing a million things at once. Okay, basically, you don't have to be hyperactive, however, to have ADD, ADHD. Adults with ADD, ADHD are less likely to be hyperactive than their younger counterparts. Only small slice of adults will indeed, in fact, suffer from this prominent symptoms of hyperactivity. Remember that names can be deceiving and you may very well have ADD, ADHD if you're familiar with symptoms of the above, even if you do lack hyperactivity. So again, as I said before, always check with your doctor or medical professional to seek the best possible treatment and plan that's ready for you. So that ends basically part 3, basically the symptoms in adults of ADD, ADHD. Give me a like for thumbs up for support, and give me a try to message me below or comment below, or even message me in Facebook, AspieAnswersAll, or direct messaging me here on YouTube. Feel free to subscribe to my channel because I'm happy to go back on the daily. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, AspieAnswersAll. Feel free to also just share these videos around. So, I'm going to go, guys. Thanks for support. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all again soon.